Son, what does a gopher build? Can you say it? Well, who knows? A really rich doctor said you were a bummer.
And I think you don't know algebra.
No, we're talking science, bud. The science of what? Is that a tiger? One of your friends promised me I could flick you in your face.
Absolutely, you may not do that.
Hit him in his cringy smirk for real.
Say any cereal name.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You're like people in the 12th century. Why'd he say it like that? You're a formulated pickle
Worse
popper.
than that, he's a storm cloud.
I don't like you, dude. And there's a tiger. Oh, that's it. You two guys sent the tiger.
I
What?
did
No.
not me.
What
I mean,
tiger? That's
I mean,
that is reprehensible.
okay, yeah. Okay,
Brad?
I'm a horrible person.
Brad, I'll report you to Nadine. I just want your leg bones to be okay. I brought the tiger. Really, you got somebody on the organ now?
Hey man, you're gonna pay for dinner. You're gonna pay. No, I'm gonna get off it.
I love how the old guy he wanted to come up like he was going to actually get in a fist fight.
Yeah. Like it was the good old days.
Morning, fellers.
Morning. Catch an epic cane beat down on the house floor.
Old Hickory style.
Yeah. Oh, man. Happy Monday. Yeah. Yeah. Like you said. Sorry, I guess I didn't have much to kick it off with today.
Yeah, I got a case of the Mondays myself.
Yeah, dude, I've been like hella busy. Got a bunch of so we're supposed to process chickens like today or yesterday or something because I'm like behind on chickens. And then we had I was telling you guys in the chat, but we had a goat that we felt like was on the verge of getting sick. It was a goat we were going to use for meat, anyhow. And if you get like a goat that gets like worms, it's like a whole fucking ordeal, and it's a ton of meds. It takes them forever to fully recover, put that weight back on, So we decided
just cook it well done.
Yep. Fuck it, we're gonna process that bad boy, take it out of the equation. But now I'm behind on chickens, so I don't know. Figuring it out. Hold on 1 second.
Well, shoot, I had a plan for transitioning out of the intro, and then my internet decided to act a little bit funky and boot me out. Right as the intro was finishing. I was like, what the fuck? All right. So anyway, well, we got another battle about to come up. That was for the Speaker of the House back, I don't know, what was that, year and a half ago, whenever the whole Speaker of the House thing was going down.
Wasn't that long ago, but gosh, man, the way things are now, like it seems like ages ago.
I know. Yeah, time seems to go by exponentially fast. But now we've got since Mitch McConnell is going to be stepping down, the leader for the Senate Republicans. Yes. Turtle Man himself is returning to Kentucky.
Receding to his turtle hole.
Well, at least he's turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
I'm familiar with the song, Carlos, but I never have played that while processing. I don't know if I've listened to any ICP while chicken processing, but it's totally possible.
Feel like things might get a little out of hand if you were listening to a bunch of ICP while I'm doing chicken.
I've done Pantera and Metallica while chicken processing, but not ICP.
It's optics, you know what I mean? It's somewhere to roll up on me while I'm like killing chickens and listening.
Yeah,
to
just covered in blood.
Yeah, they think the worst. I thought I definitely don't want this to happen for many reasons, but like if there's ever some sort of like murder investigation on my property, that blood testing forensics team is going to have a hell of a time. There is so much blood that has been spilled on every flat surface of this property by so many different animals. Not people. I shouldn't say that, but obviously nothing bad going on. I remember when I was getting some tractor work done, some bush hogging and stuff. And the guy showed up to, to take a look at the property and give me a quote and everything. Like as we're like halfway through butchering a turkey, and it was like our first.
No shit. Sorry.
And,
hang on, Dag. We're gonna.
Oh, you guys got matching mugs?
What's yours?
You asking me? Or which animal?
Oh, I got the. That's cool.
You got the gorilla, I got the tiger.
Hell yeah.
Wow, what are the odds?
Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt your story. We just had.
We're almost like Eskimo brothers or whatever they call it.
I think that's a different thing, but
Oh,
don't tell our wives.
Anyway, Dag, your murder forensics. Go ahead.
I was murdering a turkey. I mean, humanely euthanizing a turkey, and we were still pretty new to it. Didn't have a lot of setup or anything or a killing cone. So when I did it, I got pretty covered in blood. Just streaks across me on my face, on my chest, on my arms. And at the time, the tractor guy shows up to give me a quote, and he doesn't know what's. I just come out from behind a shed, covered in blood. And he just walks right up to me. Hey, how you doing, man? Shakes my hand like it's nothing. We go on doing our thing. And I'm like, oh man, like, could you imagine like if I lived in the city and something like that happened? You know what I mean? Versus the country where this guy hunts and shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
Dude covered in blood. Obviously, he's killing animals.
Well, it depends on the right one. Even if you're killing people, he probably wouldn't say nothing. It's not his business.
I mean, it always gets me on like movies where they're like, "You did this. You killed this person. That's it. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make sure you hang for this." And it's just the two of them alone in a room. Like in reality, wouldn't you be like, "Oh, cool, man. Good deal. He was a total piece of shit. I'm on your side." Then you leave the room and call the fucking cops, right? Like
this guy just killed somebody. Do you really think that like threatening them is the right tact to take here?
Yeah, it's just a bad strategy for sure.
I'm more of the keep my nose out in my own business kind of guy. Like, well, I wasn't related to him, don't know him. I ain't saying shit. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, I might not have to condone it, but I don't have to pay for the search party.
Yeah.
Right. As long as nobody asked me what happened, like I'm not.
Then you're not lying.
Right. Then I don't have to lie.
It is how I describe the area I live in, is people have a good case of minding their own fucking business. And I like it.
as well it should be.
Yep, absolutely. Rain and blood. I haven't listened to Slayer and shit in a while.
I love Slayer.
Did I tell y'all about I was playing Helldivers one day, and I got to playing with a couple British dudes, and one of them was like, "Have y'all ever heard of Goober Beats?" I'm like, "What the fuck is Goober Beats?" He's like, "Do you like metal?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you like banjos?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's like banjo metal." And so then I'm listening to like Goober Beats. So I got my headset on in this side listening to music, and then my gaming headset on in this side to talk and play. And it made everything seem like 1,000 times more intense, just like the music and the way it was hitting and everything. And I didn't realize we were running level 9 instead of the usual level 6 that I run. And so everything just feels like it's balls to the wall. It was incredible. Like for about an hour and a half, I was just listening to I'm just listening to fucking banjo thrasher metal and playing like the next to hardest difficulty and running around like a psychotic person. It was incredible. I was wore out by the time I got to work because I got up early and played before I went to work. And so then by the time I get to work, I'm just exhausted because I've spent the last hour and a half just like running around like a crazy person while also being like cranked up to 11 with this music blasting in my ear. It was
Carlos.
Music definitely can set the tone for everything.
Yeah, Tom's a devout Catholic too. It's kind of funny how like some of the best metal writers and musicians are like the most religious. Even like Black Sabbath, those guys are like really. Most of those guys are super religious too.
No, I was told it's satanic.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Well, you know what might be satanic? The 4B movement. Although it is pretty funny.
What does the 4B stand for?
Yeah, well, it's like I guess I get the gist of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a Korean thing. So
Yeah, it's the South Korean thing.
Well, shit, I should know that.
Yeah, come on, Jay. Oh, nice face, by the way, Jay. Oh, it took me a second to realize why you look different.
He has to get the baby face.
That baby
Yeah.
face.
No, I've
It
got
was
I've got more of a
Halloween.
mustache than him now.
Halloween. No, but I actually told my wife about the 4B thing, and she's like, "That's stupid." I explained it to her. She's like, "That's just dumb."
Yeah, it's something like the way I guess the pronunciation of it is like whatever B. It starts with a B in Korean kind of thing.
It's the 4 no's. It's
yeah,
it's like
no nothing, no sleeping, no.
All right, so no number one.
no sex, no marriage, no dating, no having children. Like
Just at all?
Yeah,
No,
these
yeah,
women,
no
Just-
period.
Just women just going on strike.
the
Yeah,
South Korean
full
the
strike.
South Korean movement was because women were legitimately being oppressed and didn't have certain rights. But when you go digging into it, it turns out that the movement was more or less a failure. Like there was only a very, 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 very tiny percentage of the women who were participating in it anyway. But it was, it got a lot of like social media traction type stuff, which is similar to what's going on now. And
Like BTS fans, yeah,
yeah,
a lot of social media traction.
Yeah.
They are so annoying.
Why is it that
I don't understand BTS.
likelihood of getting pregnant
No-
are
no
the
man
ones
does.
most worried about having abortions? They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march. They need to get up and march for like an hour a day, swing those arms, get the blood pumping, maybe mix in a salad. Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb.
You're lucky
Wait,
to have
the
him,
way
Dag.
he did
I
he
got
actually
Marsha
say
Blackburn
this,
up here.
or
Yes,
is that
that's-
AI? Because that if that's AI, that's really good.
Who is
I'm
that?
pretty sure that was Mad Cats for real.
Oh, Matt
Remember?
Getz.
Gates.
Matt
Yeah.
Gates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from Florida.
yeah. Remember when he got interviewed by that person and they said, saying that people are ugly is offensive, and he goes,
Be
so?
offended.
Yeah, be offended. It's like, and
I love when he
I'm not ugly.
I love when he found out he got reelected. He was on the Young Turks, and they were the ones that told him. He's like, "Nice," and they were like pissed. It was hilarious. He is actually trying to do some good stuff for your state, Dag. You know the guys that the party boats where they like sell booze and food from a boat.
Yeah.
I think they were trying. I think the Biden administration was trying to like ban some of that stuff for like, I don't know, some federal bullshit.
Yeah, it's Trumpers who use them.
Yeah.
They probably all have Trump flags flying on the back of them.
Yeah. I know I've seen.
Jiminy Cricket.
No.
Is that Wilson, the volleyball?
What'd she do to Wilson? She adopted him.
That's what happened. That's what
The child.
happened whenever Tom Hanks wished upon a star for Wilson to be a real boy. That's what, yeah.
Wished on a monkey paw.
Yeah. That's the child him and Wilson had, because obviously they were fucking on that island. Wilson floated away, and Tom never even knew that he was pregnant with his baby. And that was her.
God, the results, that reminds me of that episode with the PETA people on South Park with the half ostrich, half human baby when it
Yeah.
was like, kill me.
Here's Gets.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes,
At least the people who think that those comments are offensive.
be offended.
What is he? Like, what's his position? Like his
He's
job?
He's
a house, yeah,
House of Representatives.
State
Mhm.
congressperson?
federal from your
Oh.
state.
Oh, neat.
See,
He's pretty
whenever
good. You might actually like politics if you followed some of your people a little more closely.
You do have some funny ones, at least entertaining.
Did
Where's that almond from?
Sorry, I'm being a great podcaster and eating. I tell you guys about the it was an anti-Rick Scott ad for Marisol or whatever her name is. And they're depicting him as a snake. He's a Rick Scott head on a snake, and he's slithering around talking about how, I mean, rightfully so, like he's kind of scummy, but at the end, she's like, so it's time that we elect a politician that really has a backbone. And, blah blah blah. Like me,
Snake from
Like-
Backbone. Yeah.
snakes are all backbone. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they're invertebrates.
I mean,
That's
they're
literally-
muscular, but yeah, I get what you're saying, Dave.
They're all spine.
No other bones, just the backbone.
Yeah.
Oh, I am glad. I'm glad the as much as I enjoy them to some extent, I am glad the election ads are over. You know, they really start to wear on the last like week or so of the election. It's like, oh my God, shut up. So I'm glad that's over. I listened to some NPR and public radio this week to sort of get a check the vibe, you know, out there. And first, like, you know, day or so after, and listening to more like professional, like newsy kind of shows, they were being way more professional than they have been. You know, they sounded like actual news people, you know, so they were being.
They
I
weren't
don't know,
saying democracy was over.
no, nothing like that. They're being very humble. Now, yesterday was Sunday. And while
They're
we were
doing the whole
processing
olive branch thing. That's
yeah. You know, we're back to being dignified, you know, citizens. But yeah, yesterday we listened to the not like the NPR station, but the public radio station. And Sunday they have like the how can I say this? The black show, you know, very hey, my brothers, how you know, the guy who you know has braids or dreadlocks and glasses and this and that, and like, you know, he's read up on like Malcolm X and, you know, this and that, and he
loves Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I needed that cherry on top. Thank you. Yes, that guy. And you know, so that was something, you know, we listened to we listened to that for a little bit, and that was fun. So they had a lot of people calling in. So the people who listened to that show calling in, giving their opinions about, you know, what happened, to quote Hillary Clinton. And you know, it's, oh man, so it's not, you know, you can't blame white people for this. We expected this from white people. You got to blame the Latinos. So a lot of the black folk are turning on the Latinos.
Dude, yeah, I've
Well,
seen a
I
lot
mean,
of that.
There was
And then I had people call, sorry, real quick, Trey. Some people call with the opposite, saying you can't blame the Latinos because it's just their culture. But the whites, they're the ones you got to blame. So, you know, a little bit of both sides. They can't help it. They're Latino. They're macho. They're going to vote for the macho guy. You can't blame them.
Also, I saw something. Stephanie showed it to me this morning. It was some very pathetic looking white woman saying, if you voted for Trump, I hope you can fight. I'm going, And it's like, gosh, I wouldn't even bother hitting her. I just let my wife take care of that. Like,
dude, they're unhinged. Like the ones on like TikTok are unhinged. Like I don't know, like I don't know about normie like Facebook or whatever, but like the TikTokers are like completely unhinged. They're like talking about like poisoning their husbands and all this kind of like crazy stuff. Like,
oh well, that takes us to the to some more unhinged TikTok stuff, which
sound like
gives
freaking Cicero.
Which gives me the intro or the title for today's show. First, hang on to further reiterate that Dag needs to be interested in politics, at least in the state of Florida. This is your representative for the 13th district in Florida. This is Anna Paulina Luna.
Nice.
So, yeah, y'all got the funny representative in Matt Gaetz, and you've also got the hot one in Anna Paulina Luna.
Florida wouldn't be doing its job if it wasn't just extra on like all counts, you know.
So here's
you gotta have Florida man and Florida woman.
Yeah.
There she is.
That funny feeling.
I mean,
I'm
I would
terrified.
literally.
Yeah.
I would literally.
I'm
just
shaking.
laugh.
I am shaking.
Fucking nerds, man.
I felt my
Really get a
balls
life.
cracked.
The Harry
Obviously,
Potter
probably
chicks,
out of
man.
fear.
What's
Not
the-
because,
Harry Potter chick.
There's like some Venn diagram overlap with theater kids.
Yeah.
Theater kids, Harry Potter chicks. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like Harry Potter, but like they make it their whole personality.
So here's a fun little thread this morning. Fell into a Democrat conspiracy rabbit hole about the election being stolen by Trump and Elon Musk. Here we go.
A thread.
Oh, dude, this has been great. This has been great. The democracy has never been more
There's
back.
absolutely no way that you're. I'm an election denier. I am now going to be a fucking election denier. You cannot convince me that many people that fucking hate Donald Trump that piece of shit motherfucker. There's no way that he got the popular vote. He got the fucking House and the Senate and the presidency. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't.
Nice airline.
Votes. Allegedly, they used Starlink to tally the votes. And now you can't convince me that Elon Musk is not the dumbest person in the fucking world. Like, that sounds like a booby trap. You've never been a criminal before, have you?
Yes, I have.
Never fucking stole an eyeliner at a Walmart, have you?
Never stole eyeliner.
So you mean to tell me you besties with a motherfucker who tried to steal an election before? They got an active case open for trying to steal an election before.
That's not accurate.
And the people gonna come to you and say, we want to use your Starlink
Wait for the shirt.
to tally your votes. And you're gonna do it like a dummy. You're gonna do it like a dummy. That sound like the people called your phone for some shit, knowing you the motherfucker with the shit. And you done went and served the undercover. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm sorry, Magoo's comment
These
about
people
Taco
fucking
Meat got
stupid.
me.
Like, no way you're that much of a narcissist that you think you can play the United States government. Are you okay? Allegedly.
All of these people are completely unhinged. It's amazing.
Hey, Democrats, I
Waiting
want to talk to you for a minute.
elephants this year.
I just came across something on TikTok, and I don't want to be the person that spreads false information
This looks like the
or
guy that steals my
conspiracy
chicken
theories.
wings.
I don't want to do that, so I'm
I
not
thought it
going to
was Killer
share
Mike.
any information. You have to
No,
look for
he's
it for
not. He's
yourself.
not big enough to be killing Mike.
But they're talking about the voting systems being hacked, and that is why the results came out the way that they came out. And if you notice, there were a lot of because why would the presidential votes turn Republican and the rest of the votes Democrat?
Yeah.
Anyway, not just that.
Good question to
But
ask. Actually,
I'm trying to talk to you in code without, because I don't want to get my account suspended, because it's not in me to try to spread conspiracy theories at all. But let's do it like this.
If you whisper, the AI can't
Just
hear you.
search TikTok for the information to see if anybody else is
whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
talking about the
Hey, baby girl.
the voting machines or whatever
That's exactly
being
what it
hacked.
sounds like. Someone
Damn,
just tried to
girl,
seduce me.
use a
And see
nine.
what you find out. And let me know in the comments what you guys have heard about it. So I'm not trying to
Election denier ASMR.
start up
That's what we
anything
need
or
to title this.
give anybody any false hope or anything. But when I listened to the guy talking about it, it just kind of bothered me real bad.
Oh shit! Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
They
Got
use
some truth
Starlink
you
to
might like
count
to hear.
votes.
No one else is saying it. I'm gonna say it. Elon Musk made a video
Ian Musk.
stating that if Donald Trump lost,
Dude,
he
I
was
hope
in
this one
huge
goes
trouble.
and like does the 4B
Huge
movement.
trouble. I'm gonna show you the video.
Pretty sure they're already participating without knowing.
Man, what?
Without choice.
Yeah. No, the themselves are real now. Themselves are real.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo, yeah. I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is gonna be? Do you think? Well, I see my children. I don't
This
know.
is proof right here that Elon rigged the election,
Now,
because
that
if
being
Trump
said,
lost, he was fucked.
Starlink.
Yeah.
I know that maybe there's a few of you who agree with me that Starlink was
The
used
psycho
to
eyes. That's the
hijack
SSR
the
eyes
votes. The
right
votes
there.
don't make no sense. The numbers don't make no sense. When you see the rallies, when you see the amount of people that would go to his rallies compared
This looks like one of the kids that Edward James almost was trying to reach and teach those kids.
Why are we on the rallies thing? Like, oh.
I prefer checkers.
Edward James almost
Yeah.
was comb
Yeah,
over
checkers is better.
in Stand and Deliver. Was the most amazing thing ever. I'll find it.
I'm loving the left wing conspiracy theories. They're
They're just reusing our talking points from 4 years ago.
Right. That's it. They're just it's like they're recycling everything that was said 4 years ago. I wonder if
Dominion voting machines. No, now instead of Dominion voting, replace Dominion voting machines with Starlink, and then
they're even calling for Kamala Harris to not certify the election on January 6th.
Yeah,
this is
what once was old is new again.
This might be my favorite though, because now that they know after the first Trump term where Trump got to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices, and they're really worried about Sotomayor. So this might be my favorite take so far.
Justice Sotomayor has been a more than able justice. I know that she may be having some personal issues that she contends with.
RBG again, baby.
She's a fucking checkbox diversity hire. She's a retard.
Ginsburg.
RBG again, baby. We get RBG 2.0.
That Joe Biden makes the next 10 weeks as consequential as he can. I don't care about drawing outside the lines or what Republicans may think about it. This is within your purview. You can actually do it, and you should do it. And, one more thing, John, is you have a hell of a vice president right there who has a legal pedigree to sit on the Supreme Court, and let Republicans go crazy and ape. I'm even mentioning that option.
I tuned out for a second. Is he saying put Kamala on the Supreme Court?
Yes.
She has a hell of a legal pedigree.
Yeah.
She prosecuted 8 cases in 8 years.
Yes. Yes, he is suggesting that Sonia Sotomayor needs to step down, and Biden needs to appoint Kamala Harris as a Supreme Court justice to replace Sotomayor, so that they can make sure that Trump doesn't get to appoint another Supreme Court justice in the next 4 years and make it 7-2.
Because they're basically looking at 3 that he's going to get to, if counting Sotomayor.
But see, the problem that they've got with this, and there's a list of, there's 2 other potential candidates that the Democrats already have on a list to replace Sotomayor. They were already looking ahead at the next 4 years and her being the next one possibly to need to replace. And there are a couple other candidates on the list. The problem that they would have, number one, Sotomayor has very just plainly said, I'm not stepping down. I'm going to continue to do this. So number one, she's not going anywhere. And
so did Biden.
Well, and number 2, Joe Manchin's not going to vote for anybody. We're in lame duck session. Joe Manchin will not vote for anybody. So the one vote, the 50% plus one that they have in the Senate to push through a Supreme Court nominee, Joe Manchin's not going to vote for it. He'll vote no. So they're fucked either way. It's a fun pipe dream to, I guess at this point, since it looks like the Republicans are probably going to be 219, 220 seats in the House, so they'll maintain a slim margin in the House. They're going to end up with 53 Senate seats, so they've got a decent advantage in the Senate as well, plus holding the presidency.
Let's get Thomas Massey's Prime Act passed. Let's go.
They're fucked. So they gotta cling to whatever hope they can find at this point, I guess.
Well, aside from just conspiracy theories, we may have the new secessionist here, old Gavin Newsom, as Trump likes to call him. Apparently, so this is what he says: I revere this country, the institutions, the presidency. I want our nation to succeed, but I'm not naive. Donald Trump has a playbook. They wrote it out for us, 922 pages, with 270 specific points he has publicly supported. If our American values and freedoms are attacked, we'll not stand idly by. So,
and I'm one of those people. I revere the institution. I revere this country. I revere the presidency, and I want our president to succeed. And our job, my job, is not to wake up every single day and get a crowbar and try to put it in the spokes of the wheel of the Trump administration. And so, again, in that spirit of an open hand, not a closed fist, that's how we want to proceed. That said, 4th point, I'm not naive either. And we're pragmatic. and we will stand firm. I am reminded there's a great old poem about, the winds may howl, but I will not be swept away. This notion that we have to plant our feet. And I remember, I'm not, I've been here long enough, having worked with the previous Trump administration, I'm not naive about those winds, and they did howl. We were involved in over 100, well, in fact, we were involved in specifically 122 lawsuits with the Trump administration. But we know their playbook. We know what they're going to do. I talked a lot about the campaign, and I appreciated Kamala Harris's closing message.
Well, we're bringing out the Wildcat this time.
So, yeah, I can't listen to him much longer. But
He looks like he always looks like a movie villain from the 80s that's going to close down the community center.
Well, he's like the cookie cutter, like perfect, like I mean, obviously not perfect in his actual like administration, but like the perfect type of politician when you think of a politician. Like,
yeah,
this is the politician's politician.
He looks like the dude that they would cast as a politician for a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so apparently, what he's saying, what he's kind of the gist he's getting at there is that he's going to basically push back against Trump, and he's literally said if they try to enforce, I guess he's trying to posture a little bit, because he says like if they try to force a national abortion ban or whatever, that he'll which that's not what Trump has wanted to do at all. But he's basically saying they'll secede if he tries to enforce something like that. But I mean, we know that's not going to happen, like an outright ban. But I still think that he's going to posture the entire time and just act like he's I'm against Trump the whole time, kind of thing. Wave the banner.
He wants to secede so that those mean Republicans can't kick all the illegals out of his state.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
It's got rules.
Provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
I love him so much.
The dude's funny.
And he's gonna be the next border czar. So,
Can we stop using that word? We're Americans. We're not fucking Russians.
I know, yeah. That's
The
what
border
that's what they're
Kaiser.
calling it.
Thank you.
Border Kaiser, yeah.
There you go. That's closer to home.
Yeah, there we go, Kaiser. But yeah, so apparently, wasn't he the same one under the Trump administration last time? Like the 2017.
Yeah, I think so.
And interestingly enough, have you seen the chart where it shows like the amount of immigration, legal, illegal, and asylum seekers over the course of the last 20-ish years? And illegal entry was at its lowest during Trump's 4 years. I mean, and then of course, like asylum seeking was at its highest through Obama's 8 years, because that was kind of the way they did it. Was they just let them all come in and say that they were, they did the loophole thing for the asylum seeking thing, and then, but then if you look at Biden's 4 years, illegal immigration just shoots through the roof, like not even.
And that's what they count. That's the ones that they actually can count.
Right.
Didn't
But I have it on good authority that leftists keep saying that the immigration is and it's basically that Biden's been keeping the border super closed. They apparently know the numbers, and those are the perfect numbers, the numbers that they have. So,
well, I understood Obama. He felt bad about what he was doing with all the drone strikes, so that's why he was letting so many asylum seekers in.
What's the difference between an ISIS training camp and an Iraqi primary school?
I don't know.
Neither. I just fly the drone.
Oh shit!
you didn't play the second one, the second half of that.
What's the second half?
Oh, he's got another. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll pull it back up. Let's keep going. Oh, it keeps going.
Yeah, that one didn't land. ISIS jokes are all about the execution.
The guy in the tie, it takes him a second. It's like one of those like guttural laughs where it's like
that chick's good though, because the purpose of that is like if the other person laughs, they have to drink. And she stays stone faced for that one.
She held it together pretty well.
Well, I saw one the other day. I think I sent it to you, Justin. It was like, oh yeah, it was tickling my baby brother's feet. My mom said, "Hey, stop that! Wait till he's born."
Oh, no.
Oh shit! They really are the best jokes on those, whatever those videos are.
Yeah,
So they
whenever
really do
it's
have
like
the
a
best
slow
ones.
night, I sit around at work and just watch like clips of those, or watch whole episodes of those where they do that stuff. It's fucking hilarious. I'll be sitting there rolling.
See, dark jokes and dad jokes are probably the most like
On opposite ends of the spectrum, but it's like horseshoe effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You come back
Yeah.
around, so one's super clean, one's super dirty, but they're both horrible and wonderful for that reason.
Exactly. It's like the worst, jokes, worst quote unquote jokes, or the funniest.
It's like the bell curve for quality of movie to enjoyableness. You know what I mean? Like really
Yeah.
bad movies and really good movies are fun, but just middling movies are just like, ugh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yes, pick a lane. Either be as bad as possible or be as good as possible, but don't just be somewhere in the middle.
Well, I wonder if the SNL's been pretty bad, but let's see. I don't wonder if this is probably the worst thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
He looks good considering his son died. I don't know if you guys remember that. His son OD'd a couple of years ago. He took it rough. Took some breaks from his podcasting, but he's back now. And I guess he's on SNL. Cool.
He and
old stomping grounds.
Well, was it he and David Spade that were talking about and making fun of like the
Yeah, they do a show together.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed the two of them together.
David Spade's like, not movie stuff, like some of his stand up and like podcast stuff and everything's actually surprisingly good. It's easy to want to hate David Spade for whatever reason, just because he's, I don't know, fucking David Spade.
Hollywood,
yeah. But obviously so much of his shit is like so fucking good, a lot of it's him being a
Didn't he write a
sidekick.
book?
Joe Dirt, man, epic,
Well, yeah, he's one of those characters that even the comedians rag on in every movie or skit. So it's kind of like he has that whole let's make fun of this guy. Screw this guy.
Yeah.
He's almost like a parody of an actor, kind of like what you would make fun of in that.
And what's endearing is he would agree with you there. He
Yeah.
knows he's not a. He's self-aware.
Speaking of OD, I wonder if this guy's gonna OD after doing the Heath Ledger impression here.
For every day they refuse to tell us who was on the Diddy Party guest list, I'm gonna oil up one of my bros. Don't think I won't do it. The way they keep it at TBS. They have it in big bottles. I'll oil up one of my bros. Put it on the staircase. No one leaves. All you have to do is write down all the names of the guests from the Diddy party. People think Diddy's just, oh, he's a good musician. Oh no, he's a rapper. No. Oh, and it starts tonight. Every night that I don't know who was on the guest list, one of my bros gets oiled up.
Just oiling our bros, man.
Yeah, dude.
So is the second Joker movie as bad as I hear?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
Yes.
Is it worth? Is it okay?
No.
Talk about that bell curve.
No.
The bell curve does not. The horseshoe does not apply. It's it's. I think when Justin had me on his other show like a few weeks
It's
ago,
bad,
like,
but it
we
thinks it's
talked
good
about it.
if it makes sense that way, Dag.
Even as a musical, it's garbage.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
Yes,
I did hear that. You're right. Oh my god.
I keep having like time to kill, and I need to do something, and like while the kids are at school, and the only movie at the theater that starts early enough that I could go see it and still get out in time to go pick the kids up, because all the other movies are starting at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and Katie gets out at 3:15, so I don't have time to watch a movie. The only one that consistently is starting early enough that I could actually go see the movie and still get out in time to go pick Katie up when she gets out of school is Joker. And I'm just like, yeah, I would rather go sit in the Sam's Club parking lot and take a nap.
You could just save the movie ticket money, give it to me for gas. I'll drive up there and punch you in the dick. And you will enjoy that more than sitting through that.
Why you always trying to do stuff to my dick, Jay?
In fairness, Jay gives great dick punches. So.
I do.
His specialty.
He's shaking my hand. He knows what I got.
You might pay double. So, did you guys like the first Joker movie?
Yeah, I thought okay.
It was fine
up until like 3/4 of the way through. I think there was like a good build up, like a good setup, and then like the very end is like
the person holding the resist sign. Is that what threw you off?
Yes,
that threw me off too.
part of it.
I was out on that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a comic nerd.
I mean,
so like
making
as
him
a,
like Antifa, like I don't know.
It
It's
wasn't
like
a
Joker
Joker
is
movie.
Antifa.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As a comic nerd, like it wasn't a good Joker movie, but it was a good movie. Like if you separate the two.
Yeah, it's fair. We watched it. It was, I'm not a.
I mean, if I imagine Joker as more of like a Guy Fawkes kind of, but I mean, I guess, but for the left because he's more like a.
Yeah, he's
like
a poor
I said.
loser, not some epic fucking Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the Guy Fawkes movie, V for Vendetta, this year. I should dig it up.
Dag, shame on you.
I know. Well, it's one of these movies that like we have on DVD. So like I'm like I save those for like, when there's a hurricane or the cable's out or something. We actually bought a DVD player like recently before we got our fiber because our internet was being so bad that we like ordered a DVD player from Amazon so we could watch some more DVDs. Which that's something. But I'm always like hesitant to watch the ones we haven't. I'm like, when the apocalypse hits, these are gonna be the only movies I have. So I gotta burn myself out.
That movie, I have that DVD, but because I took it from my old roommate, I think I may have told you guys I had a shitty roommate back in the day when I was college age, and we instituted this thing in the apartment called the asshole tax because he stopped working and we were paying the rent and he was eating our food. So we're like, we're just going to start taking your stuff, dude. And that's why I have V for Vendetta on DVD to this day.
Nice.
Yeah, that's old sex. I got up early. Like I came home Tuesday morning and went straight to bed and got up early so I would have time to watch it before I left for work. I wanted to make sure that I got my V for Vendetta in. With it being election day and everything else, like I wanted to make sure I got my V for Vendetta in.
It was on the 5th of November. The stars aligned.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's always been my favorite holiday, but now it's really, really my favorite holiday. We got to install fascism again.
seeing all your quotes on Facebook that day, and I was trying to figure out which ones were from V for Vendetta and which ones were from Heinlein.
I think it was just all V for Vendetta that day.
Okay.
I try not to post anything outside of V for Vendetta on the 5th. Like I try to keep it pretty concise. I do think I might have strayed a little bit because it was election day. But
I finished, I was telling you guys, Methuselah's Children, Heinlein book. It's really good. But it's always because I get the end, like copyright 1941. And I'm like, oh shit, like it's like because the shit like writes about space travel and stuff, and I mean, it's not accurate, but like from a scientific standpoint, like I think in theory, it's like all that's pretty good. But it's like we weren't even going to space in 1941. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like good. Like, I mean, obviously, nobody that far in the past gets what the future actually looks like 100% right. But like compared to Star Trek and shit, like he did such a better job. But it's just crazy how old some of his books are. Even like Moon is the Harsh Mistress. It's like computers and AI and shit. And that was written in 1965.
Well, and it's like you and I talked about with like Starship Troopers. Like when you read Starship Troopers and you see some of the things he talks about with like the fall of democracy and everything, and then you realize this stuff was written like back in the 40s and 50s. Like, holy shit, how did he like peg society to a T like 70 years later when he was like, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. I said Methuselah's Children is real good like that. As well, again, showing 1940s and could have been written, accurately now. That was a lot of about like so no spoilers or anything. It's right in the beginning, but basically it's a group of people
for a 90-year-old book.
Yeah. Basically a group of people who have learned through breeding to live to be like hundreds of years old, and they have to decide whether or not they should like reveal this to the world. And when they do, of course, the world doesn't care for that, and he goes into why and this and that. So they have to like leave basically, or be killed or whatever, but read and find out.
Hey, well, we might be getting around to that. I think Bronze Age Pervert wrote about that recently.
Oh, hey man, it's,
I like the title.
And
I mean,
and this one,
that's kind of what we've been doing all along. But
that's
like,
what I did when I got married.
My genetics are shit. I'm breeding up.
You guys are so screwed. There's going to be an Irish Korean monster coming out of my house.
It does math so good when it's drunk.
I was really concerned because my whole family's genetics are like tall and skinny, and my ex, they're more like average height and stocky built, and so I was worried my kids were going to end up being like really average. Instead, they got the height and they got the stocky build, so now they're just gigantic. Like,
What's that thing we always talk about, Dag? The hybrid vigor.
Yep, hybrid vigor. Yeah. There you go. Now on the F2 children, it might lose its potency. So I don't know. You have to do research. You'll have to do good research on who you're going to make your children marry. But that's up to you.
I've already been very particular with Katie's boyfriends. Like the last one was way too short. I was like, it's cool. Like you can date him in junior high or whatever. But like once you get old enough to start considering like marriage and kids and stuff, like he's got to go. He's not going to break 6 foot, and that's not going to work for me. Like I need my kids to breed the next generation of gigantic behemoth children, because I only got the 2 of y'all. I'm expecting y'all to like give me 3 or 4 each so that we can like, build an army. And
you don't have to beat around the bush. Just say Ubermensch.
Yeah,
this is going to be like the American Dad, where Stan's trying to find the right girl or the right boy for Haley, and ends up selecting his body double from the CIA, because of course it was right in front of him the whole time. Strong, patriotic chin, proud chest. It's perfect. Just date the guy who looks and talks just like her dad.
Like tall, athletic, intelligent. That's what we're looking for. And then I told Sean, it's like, I don't really, for you, it doesn't matter because you're already tall and everything. I was like, you just need a girl that's like close to 6 foot and pretty. Then the kids will be fine. Like
everything else will fall into place.
Right. As long as she's not a complete dumbass, like tall, pretty, we're good. Like you don't have as many stipulations to meet as your sister does.
He's gonna rebel and hook up with a shorty.
Dude, that's what all the tall guys do. Like
He'll be the one that marries an Asian.
Yeah. That could be worse, right, Justin?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I can think of way worse.
Oh fuck.
You know, he could go for an AOC, type.
Italian or worse.
As long as she's not retarded, we'll be fine.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.